Good morning. I'm going to ask that you remain standing for just a moment. Students, family, faculty, friends, and distinguished guests, welcome to Northeastern State's 2013 Fall Commencement Ceremony for the College of Business and Technology and the College of Liberal Arts. My name is Pamela Fly, and I serve as Acting Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please remain standing for the National Anthem, sung by Michaela Sims, NSU student, and accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet, consisting of Dylan Peters, Cameron Parmain, Joshua Shoemaker, Zachary Gunkel, and Lauren Stanfill. Following the National Anthem, we ask that you remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Jamie Combs will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars for the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th president, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings. Dr. Turner.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, if you could see what I can see. What a panoramic display of the season of Christmas, of smiles, of family, of love, of hopes, and aspirations. Graduates, I know you can see this beautiful stage. I can almost contain my emotions today, folks, because this is truly a historic day in the life of Northeastern State University. Certainly any day we recognize, though, the hard work of our students, it's a great day. But in fact, you're joining us today in the first ever commencement in the new event center at this great institution. I know, Dan, yeah, there you go. Through the support of students, the community, generous private donors, the institution, and so much hard work, we now have this venue, a construction budget of slightly more than $16 million, an equipping budget. The project goes on, but it is truly spectacular, and I am so proud to join you today in this celebration. To those of you, to the degree candidates, you're here today not because of things that you've done alone. You're here today because you have family, you have friends, you have mom, dad, a grandparent, a brother, a sister, a husband or wife that have worked with you. There are people in the audience today, many who may not have a bachelor's degree, but nonetheless you are here to celebrate, and you are part of this accomplishment. At this time, I would like for all of the parents to stand, husbands and wives to stand, and then graduates, I want you to point them out and then give applause to them. So parents and husbands and wives, would you stand, and graduates, thank them for their help. I know later in the script there will be acknowledgments of all the work that's gone in. But I want to acknowledge, I want to go off the script a minute and recognize that when you have a new venue and you have people that are perfectionists that want everything to go right on a celebration like this, I want to recognize all of those that have put up the beautiful poinsettias, that have arranged the floor, that have made sure the building is clean, that had in fact worked night and day to open this facility. So let's thank those, and they're probably someplace. Thank you for making this happen. It truly is an honor to the Faculty of Business and Technology and COLA to join you today. I do appreciate what you've done and what you will do. So I do sincerely say thank you. We are a veteran-friendly campus. In a crowd this size, I know there are several that have served and perhaps are serving. If you are a veteran of any of the armed services, would you stand and let us recognize your attendance today and say thank you to you? God bless you, and thank you so much for your service to our nation. The last introduction I want to make will be to my left. I want to introduce to you my wife, Penny. Penny, if you'll stand, and thank you for being here. It's okay to smile, and if you have one of those panoramic phones that's been turned on vibrate or mute, you ought to get one of those photos right now, because it really is a beautiful tapestry from up here. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, President Turner. In a moment, I will recognize some members of the platform party, but before I do that, I want to provide you with just a little bit of information. We had a printing and shipping irregularity in our programs, and normally graduates, we have one on your seat, but what we are short programs, and we were unable to get them here in time, so what we will do is when your diploma is mailed to you, your program will be mailed to you at that point, so we want to make sure you know you will get a program. I would like to take a moment to introduce some members of the platform party and those who have logistical roles in the ceremony. Others will be introduced later. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Tim Fouch, Vice President for Operations. Mr. David Kane, Vice President for Business and Finance. Dr. Martin Veneman, Dean, College of Science and Health Professions. Dr. Cheryl Vandenhandel, President of the Faculty Council. Mr. Ben Hardcastle, Executive Director, University Relations. Dr. Kathy Reese and Dr. Carrie Keller will assist with diploma distribution. Dr. Robin Persley, Dr. Mike Chancellor, Dr. Brian Jackson, and Mr. Ken Thompson will read names for the ceremony. Thank you all for your participation. Students, as President Turner said, faculty members from the College of Business and Technology and the College of Liberal Arts are here with you this morning to share this moment. Our faculty bring Our faculty bring Northeastern State University statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, they care about you, our students, and your success. Please join me in expressing our appreciation to the outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, please stand. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Laura Boren. I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. At this time, we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. The first group includes our student marshals, members of the Riverhawk Ambassadors, a service organization representing the university in events throughout the year. Would the Riverhawk Ambassadors please stand? Would Kendra Sweet make her way to the right side of the stage? Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class program serves to identify and cultivate outstanding student leaders. Students are accepted into the program as freshmen. During their time at Northeastern, these students are immersed in a program focused on development of leadership skills and civic engagement. At this ceremony, we recognize Kendra Sweet, a Communication Studies Corporate Communications major from Claremore. Kendra, please come forward to accept your PLC certificate from President Turner. Members of the National Honor Society, Alpha Chi, are students in the upper 10% of their junior-senior class and have at least a 3.65 grade point average. Alpha Chi members can be recognized by the gold cords placed over their shoulder. Would all Alpha Chi members please stand? The names of the Fall 2013 honor graduates and the grade point average qualifications for undergraduate honors and master's degree honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they receive their diplomas. Please join me in recognizing our Fall 2013 cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and honor graduates. Please stand.
It is a pleasure today to introduce our commencement speaker, Diane Barker-Harold. An advocate for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault in Indian Country, Diane Barker-Harold is a 2013 National Crime Victim Service Award honoree and a 1984 alumni with a degree in social work. She currently serves as the Cherokee Nation Tribal Council Attorney, Special Advisor to the Chief for the United Keetoowah Band of Cherokee Indians in Oklahoma, and is the Associate Judge for the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma. Ms. Barker-Harold helped found Help in Crisis in 1980, a shelter for abused victims in Tahlequah. Diane taught as an adjunct instructor at NSU in 1986 in the area of social work, and between 1988 and 1999 teaching in the area of criminal justice. Please join me in welcoming NSU's 2013 Distinguished Alumnus, Diane Barker-Harold, as our commencement speaker. Diane, please come at this time.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to the graduates here today and to your families, because together you all have gone through a lot of challenges and things to get to this point, including choices, and we'll talk a little bit about choices today. I do want to say that President Turner said, "Tell my story," and the beginning of my story begins in Stillwell, Oklahoma. When I grew up there, I've always lived in Oklahoma, but the one thing that my mother doesn't like for me to tell is the fact that when I was 17, this was in 1969, so you know how old I am, I was dating a high school boyfriend and I got pregnant. And back in the 60s, if you got pregnant or got married, then you weren't allowed to stay in school. You had to do homeschooling. And when we graduated in that May 8th of 1969, I'll never forget, I was not allowed to walk across the stage to get my diploma. I was not even allowed to come to the graduation. And things have changed quite a bit since the 60s, so the first time I was able to walk across the stage and get a diploma was in 1984, when I graduated as one of the first Bachelor of Social Work degrees at Northeastern State University. Moving forward, I had 2 children by the time I was 19. By the time I was 22, I was divorced and was struggling as a single mom, to support my children and figure out how to move forward and make choices. All of our lives, we will make choices. Good choices, bad choices, difficult choices, and they will direct our lives. And that is what I can tell you about my life as well. In the mid to 75, 76, I started dating a guy who ended up being a very violent person, and for almost 5 years I was in a violent relationship. After many broken noses, black eyes, concussions, and near-death experiences, I finally got out of that situation, getting my daughters out of such a violent thing because they witnessed a lot of this, and decided my life was going to change, and the best way to make that change was to go to college. And I came to NSU when I was 30 years old. And professors at Northeastern made a huge difference in my life. That included Dr. Buddy Gerald, who was a fun humanities teacher, and I ended up with almost a minor in humanities because it was so fun. Dr. Lee Quiet, who's no longer with us, who taught psychology. Dr. Phyllis Willis, professor of English, and who is no longer with us. But Bob McQuitty is, I think, retired now, but he was one of my favorite professors. And then Dr. Sarah Brown, who was the social sciences professor, helped direct my path along with Dr. Amy Blackburn. Dr. Amy Blackburn hooked me up with a group of women who ended up being founding mothers of the Domestic Violence Program Help in Crisis, which is now in its 33rd year of service. So NSU has had a huge impact in my life forever. I'm a third-generation NSU graduate. My mother, me, and my oldest daughter have all graduated from Northeastern. My mother is an NSU Centurion. And so we have a close relationship with Northeastern, and that is an example for all of you students to know that you will have a bond with all of the people that you've gone to school here with. Keep that bond together, stay in touch, because you will always enjoy the memories that you've had together. And I want to give a quote which I thought was appropriate today by Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." And as we go forward, remember that our choices make a difference in everything in our lives. And remember that just because we don't make the best choice or we make a mistake, we should always remember to make that a lesson learned and know what not to do next. So I want to give you 5 lessons in life about how to be with people, to treat people. And the first lesson is paying attention to invisible people. There was a college professor that gave a pop quiz, and one of the questions at the end was, what is the first name of the woman who cleans the school? The students thought this was some kind of joke, and finally one of the students said, would the last question, which was that question, count toward the quiz grade? And the professor said, absolutely. In your careers, you will meet many people. All are significant. They deserve your attention and care, even if all you do is smile and say hello. The lesson is pay attention to those invisible people. They could make a difference in your lives. Secondly, don't fail to lend aid. For 33 years in my career, I have constantly worked with victims of crime, and it has made a difference in my life. And so I will tell you a story about an older African American about 11:30 at night who was standing on the side of an Alabama highway during a terrible rainstorm. Her car had broken down. She desperately needed help, and a young white man stopped to help her, generally unheard of in those conflict years of the 60s. He took her to safety, helped her get assistance, put her in a taxi cab, and he seemed to think she was in a big hurry, but she wrote down his address and thanked him. 7 days later, someone came to his door and delivered to him a television, a giant color TV, which was a big deal back in the 60s. And it read, there was a note with it, and it said, "Thank you so much for assisting me on the highway the other night. The rain drenched not only my clothes, but also my spirits. Then you came along. Because of you, I was able to make it to my dying husband's bedside just before he passed away. God bless you for helping me and unselfishly serving others." Signed, Mrs. Nat King Cole. The third lesson is Children can always teach us lessons. One day, in the days when the ice cream sundae cost much less than it does now, a 10-year-old boy entered a hotel coffee shop and sat at a table. A waitress put a bottle of water or a glass of water in front of him and said, "How much is an ice cream sundae?" And she said, 50 cents. He pulled his money out of his pocket and said, "Well, how much is a plain dish of ice cream?" Other people were waiting. The waitress was getting impatient, and finally she said, 35 cents. And he looked at his money and he said, "Okay, I'll have the plain ice cream." The waitress brought the ice cream to him, put the bill on the table, walked away. The boy finished the ice cream, paid the cashier, and left. And when the waitress came back, she began to cry as she wiped down the table. Placed neatly beside the empty dish were 2 nickels and 5 pennies. You see, he couldn't have had the sundae because he didn't have enough to leave her a tip. Children can teach us lessons. The fourth lesson is obstacles in our path, and we will all face obstacles in our past. In the ancient times, a king had a boulder placed on a road. He hit himself and then watched to see if anyone would remove the huge rock. Some of the most wealthiest merchants and courtiers came by and simply walked by it, didn't move it, and blamed the king for not keeping the roads clear. None of them did anything to get the stone out of the way. And then a poor peasant came along carrying a load of vegetables. He laid down his burden, tried to move the stone. After much pushing and straining, he succeeded. The peasant picked up his vegetables and noticed a purse lying in the road where the boulder had been, which contained gold coins and a note from the king indicating that the one that removed the boulder from the roadway, got that gold coins. Every obstacle presents an opportunity to improve our condition. Lesson learned. And finally, giving when it counts. A young boy had a sister who was suffering from a rare disease, and her only chance of recovery appeared to be a blood transfusion from her 5-year-old son. The doctor explained this, the procedure happened, and then the little boy, after he was watching his sister try to recover, he said, "Will I start dying right away?" Being young, the little boy had misunderstood the doctor. He thought he was going to give his sister all of his blood in order to save her. So this is giving when it counts, remembering that every obstacle presents an opportunity to improve our condition. Always remember that children can teach us lessons. Never hesitate to lend aid to others, and pay attention to invisible people. I hope that those are 5 good lessons to live for as we move forward in your careers as well. And I've also learned something that Maya Angelou said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So remember that when you interact with people as well. So remember that choices are a huge part of what you do. Make those choices, think about others, use these 5 lessons that I talked about here, and know that service to others is always a great thing to be able to do. My theme song has always been a poem called "The Road Not Taken." And it's a poem by Robert Frost, which is actually really directed my path my entire time, and I want to share that with you. 2 roads diverged in yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down as one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling you this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Making a difference in the lives of you, your family, and especially others is a huge thing and a blessing to all. Just remember to keep humor in your life, keep loving your life, and always remember there is always something to be thankful for. And today, thankful for your experience at Northeastern State University. It will direct your path for the future. Congratulations and good luck and best wishes. And in Cherokee, and I'm a member of the Cherokee Nation, there is not a word for goodbye in the Cherokee language. Instead, the word means till we meet again, which is Donado Gohavi. Thank you.
Wado, thank you very much. It's time to present our candidates for the baccalaureate and master's degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage and receive a diploma cover. Master's candidates will also receive a hood symbolizing their professional field. After all candidates are recognized on stage, President Turner will confer degrees. The dean of each college will present the candidates and will be assisted in diploma distribution by the associate or assistant dean.
Good morning. I'm Roger Collier, Dean of the College of Business and Technology. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Business and Technology, upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Business and Technology baccalaureate candidates, please come forward.
Cecilia Lynn Simon.
Rodney Shane Carmen.
Francis D. Rule, cum laude.
John Earl Couch.
Seth Points, cum laude.
Kenneth Patrick Plank.
Samantha J. Curtis.
Lance M. Toinita.
Jonessa Nicole Hamby.
Richard Austin Murdoch, cum laude.
Jamie Lynn Morgan.
Julia Page Salee, magna cum laude.
Ashley De La Rosa.
Sarah Raper Roberts.
Anna Elizabeth Martinez, summa cum laude.
Tanya Dawn Hill, magna cum laude.
Micah Lowe.
Leona K. Hicks.
Ku Tao.
Megan Bell Montgomery, summa cum laude.
Sarah Leanne Janway.
Marlene Crystal Wells.
Dylan Glenn Metcalf.
Crystal Ladon Colina Del Rubio.
Shannon Marie Cohen, cum laude.
Dustin Wayne Driscoll.
Courtney Shea Colony, cum laude.
Vanessa Soto.
Seth A. Baker.
Keith Hilliard.
Kyla Christine Varco, magna cum laude.
Heath William Ritzhop.
Ashley Nicole Barroso.
Brittany Stillwell, cum laude.
Tyler John Weldon.
Chad Everett Cook.
Stephen Samuel Knox Henderson.
Brenda Concepcion Lee.
Michelle Renee Martin.
Adam Lee Johnson. Good to see you. You bet. Congratulations.
Jonathan Cody Warmack.
Scott William Schwegler. Good. I'm doing fine. Congratulations.
Connie Sue Bradley, summa cum laude.
Thomas John Story.
Ryan Rami Hasbini.
James Cody Knight.
Jordan C. Delalio.
Taylor Ryan Brown.
Grazian Suba.
John Hunter Davis.
Justin Lane Doulard.
Michael Workman.
Clayton Austin Lee.
Colton Dane Brown.
Nicholas Felipe Guzman.
Jimmy William Davenport Jr., cum laude.
Caitlin Danelle Richards.
Gage Russell Allgood.
Tom Liu.
Stephanie Nicole Reynolds.
Zachary Scott Shields, cum laude.
Ginger Ann Rourke.
Micah Noel Schweinberg, magna cum laude.
Rachel Lee McCoy Olson.
Heather May Deckard.
Bolo Ayoko, magna cum laude.
Destiny Brooke Robison, cum laude.
Sarah Green.
Audra Liddell Roach.
Derek Scott Duncan.
Ronnie Lee Foster Jr.
Travis Fairchilds.
Mark Albert Colwell, cum laude.
Andrea Donato.
Candace Renee Lane, summa cum laude.
Kevin R. Murphy.
Kelly Renee Cackler, summa cum laude.
Brian Switzer Pinkston.
Jessica Ann Jenkins, cum laude.
Okay. Crystal Bircher.
Kara Taylor.
Melissa Megan Obregon.
Hing Kim.
Santiago Joshua Carrasco.
Brennan John Archie.
Ronald Stewart Allen IV.
Blake Allen Brandt.
Chad E. Collins. appreciate that. Help me out.
Brandon Wayne Hooper.
Luther J. Langston II.
David Curley.
Patricia A. Morton, cum laude. Thank you. Trang Nguyen Thi Mignot. Jennifer Elizabeth Kidd Blacketer, summa cum laude. Balti M. Watt, summa cum laude. Frank James Hayes, magna cum laude.
Bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Business and Technology.
Good morning. I'm Phil Bridgman, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Mr. President, it's my pleasure to present to you the baccalaureate candidates from the College of Liberal Arts. Will the bachelor's candidates please come forward?
Misty Dawn Rife.
Michael A. Rhoda, Jr.
Donald Wayne Butler, Jr.
Lucretia Marie Ledbetter.
Autumn Elaine Burnett.
Megan Nicole Drum.
Kristen Eve Pruitt.
Heather Danielle Fatur.
Michael Sean Mullins.
Bobby White, cum laude.
Corey Lee Combs.
Rhett Lee Davis.
Rob Anthony Castro.
Jesse Billings.
Kevin Delane Anderson.
Brandon Keith Compton.
Jordan Holderby.
Jordan Scott Sawyer.
Corey Allen Thornton.
Emily Ann Wilson.
Dylan Michael Reesner.
Randy Joe Pigeon.
Jessica Alexandria Manuel.
Timothy L. King.
Frederick Ashton Mayo.
Betty J. Christie Frog.
Daniel James Frericks.
Jessica Lynn Doolin.
Carrie Huey, cum laude.
Laquita Danita Drew.
Bonnie Gail Jordan.
John Joseph Burns.
Sarah J. Russell.
Peggy Mendenhall Bennett.
Joseph Allen Farrell, magna cum laude.
Stacy Renee Jackson, magna cum laude.
Chance Everett Juby.
Christina Nicole Youngworth, magna cum laude.
Justin Lloyd Kendall.
Delana Dowdy Bates, summa cum laude.
Raymond Sones.
Judy C. Payden, magna cum laude.
John Joseph Ross.
Tiara C. Winston, cum laude.
Ashley Newman.
Jennifer L. Hedge.
Andrew Lee Brannon.
Jamil A. Jasser.
Brian Clifford Stark.
Brittany Nicole Pride.
Raymond John Olson.
Joseph Franklin Bourne, Jr.
Andrew Benjamin Scott.
Melissa Lila Ann Phillips.
Sun Cho, cum laude.
Jenny May Terrapin.
Faha Fatai Teo.
Isaac J. Jameson.
Vernon Clayton Jones.
Joseph Ryan McClure.
Christine Marie Crockett, summa cum laude.
Roger Brian McClure.
Richard Addison Williams, summa cum laude.
Matthew Jerry D. Eubanks.
Nicholas Goodman, summa cum laude.
Christopher T. Westmoreland.
Tyler Dean Cook.
Krista Dawn Boston Fullerton.
Stephanie Cheryl Hammonds.
Shannon Lee Fisher.
Sarah Gail Marshall.
Erin Eileen Owen, cum laude.
Cynthia Leanne Barnett, magna cum laude.
Angela Shirey.
Kevin Macon Ruddick.
Natsumi Watari, magna cum laude.
Craig Aaron Cummings.
Felicia Denise Graff.
Dallas P. Davis.
Zachary Trent Spencer.
Michelle Renee Schaffer.
Amanda Nicole Porter.
Mark Anton Scott.
Daytona Michelle Cross.
Matthew Coit Drum.
Jasmine Roxanne Ross.
Trina Gay Lott.
Weston Lee Hardin.
Andrew Jack Brown, cum laude.
Scott D. Dean.
Heather Rochelle Matson.
Charlena S. Blackbear.
Taylor Lee Merrick.
Casey Norris.
Ashley Ray Rogers.
Amanda Leanne Moorhead.
Jacqueline Amanda Allwarden, magna cum laude.
Kendra Nicole Sweet.
Jessica Nicole Brooks.
Kathleen Marie Holt.
Joseph Michael Dickens, magna cum laude.
Dominique Marie Kewen.
Sarah Caitlin Dittmeyer, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Drew Bennett.
Me Boone Lowe.
Would you all please join me in acknowledging these graduates?
Good morning. I'm Tom Jackson, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of Graduate Studies and Research. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Graduate Studies upon whom the master's degrees will be conferred. Candidates from the College of Business and Technology will proceed to the right side of the platform, where they will be hooded by their dean, Dr. Collier, and by their faculty member or associate dean. College of Liberal Arts candidates will proceed to the left side of the platform, where they will be hooded by their dean, Dr. Bridgman, and their faculty mentor or associate dean. Master's degree candidates in the College of Business and Technology and the College of Liberal Arts, please come forward.
Arthur Dale Smith, Master Honors.
Kyle Jeremiah Proctor.
Ernest Buffo.
Scott Van Franks.
Harvey Borkert.
Tara Lynn Buck with honors. Valerie Ann Hayes. Dana L. Brashear. one's from Missouri. Teresa Renee Herring. Sarah Marie Stevens. Ashley Ann Vineyard.
Please help me acknowledge the master's candidates from the College of Business and Technology and the College of Liberal Arts.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate and master degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate and master's degrees, respectively. And I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Fly. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the It hurt my ears too. And the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma. And by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate or master's degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there is a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Please be seated for just a few minutes more of the program. Thank you.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you are joining this distinguished group, and we are your partner as you begin this new chapter in your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Mr. Daniel Johnson, Director of NSU Alumni Relations. Mr. Johnson.
When you take a moment to reflect, this is a good time to do that. This class, the class of 2013, has seen a tremendous amount of change in your time here. If you think about it, had one president move on, a new one come in and was just invested a little over a year ago. Think about the physical changes on campus with the opening of 2nd Century Square, the new Wadley Reading and Technology Center, the Student Academic Success Center, and of course, this wonderful facility that's hosting its first ever commencement ceremony. What a great time to be at Northeastern. You guys have seen a lot. On behalf of the NSU Alumni Association Board of Directors, it is my pleasure to welcome you for the first time to the Green and White Network of Northeastern State University. See, that's how we refer to our alumni community, which consists of 53,000 plus living alumni who all have one thing in common: a shared passion for Northeastern State. When you walked off the stage here, you received the little pin on the card. That is the official alumni pin of NSU. Let that be a symbol of your passion, of your pride for your alma mater. Let it be a reminder of the incredible investment that you made here, but more importantly, in yourself. As director of the Alumni Association, that's my charge to you today, is stay invested, stay engaged. Joining the Alumni Association is one very meaningful way to do that, and the Alumni Association is your link to the Green and White Network. Through that, we keep you connected with Northeastern, and we keep you connected with each other. We offer a broad range of networking events, programming, communication, and to take full advantage of all of this, I encourage you to consider joining the Alumni Association and reap the rewards of membership. Now, NSU needs you to stay invested. As alumni, each of you now become a very valuable partner in the future of our alma mater. You see, alumni are our greatest spokespeople. Eventually, you're going to have the opportunity to give back. You may be able to serve as a professional mentor to somebody. You may have an opportunity to open a career door for a future NSU graduate. And alumni are our best recruiters. I suspect, looking out in the audience, there are a number of alumni here that may have played a role in helping you get to Northeastern. And at this time, I'd like to take a quick moment to recognize all of our graduates in the audience. If you attended Northeastern or graduated from here, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Graduates, there are great things that can happen when you stay invested with Northeastern. The relationship that you developed here will hopefully be lasting and rich. I welcome you once again to the Green and White Network and hope you know that you will always be a part of the family here at Northeastern State. I will see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. In just a moment, I will ask you to stand and join in the singing of the NSU Alma Mater, sung by Michaela Sims and accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the Alma Mater, please remain standing for the recessional. After the platform party has recessed, graduates are dismissed to meet guests on the upper concourse, in the lobby area, or outside. And now please stand for the NSU Alma Mater.
Forever may you
Good job, guys.